Okay, so let's see a little bit how it does its stuff. I'm going to quit out of Excel. And we're going to bring iListen up to the front. And we have all these commands in here. Now, there are two types of commands. There are global commands and there are application-specific commands. A global command is exactly what the name infers. It's available anytime, anywhere. So if I say that command name, it's going to do whatever it's supposed to do. All right, let's take a look at our voice launcher, because the global commands you've heard me use so far were commands for opening something. So if we go down here, and notice we have all these are all built in. Everything I'm showing you tonight is built into the program. So you get all this on your own. So if you go home, you have iListen, you try it, you say open followed by the name of a program, it's probably going to open. Okay, we don't have 30,000 programs in there, but we have all the popular ones, so it's probably going to open. So right here, if we look open Microsoft Word, it's a little Apple script that we've got. Now all of the Apple scripts we have in our program are encased in a try statement. Now we do that on purpose because we don't want with speech recognition, you don't want an error dialog box coming up if there's a problem. You just kind of want to keep going. So by doing it that way, no error will pop up if there's a problem. Choose application, Microsoft Word, application file ID, and that's the preference file basically for that in the COM list and preferences. So you don't need to know that though if you want to open something on the hard drive. That's just what we do to sort of as an insurance policy. If you're a little bit geeky, you can learn from that and do it that way. But let's say you wanted to open something off the hard drive. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a new command set called My Globals. And notice that's all you do is just click the new button and hit create. And it creates the set and automatically opens up a new item editor window for me. Okay, so now I'm going to go on my hard drive. I'm going to go in my applications folder. Oh, here's one I know won't be in our list. It's a little shareware program called A Cook's Books. Being from New Orleans, I collect a lot of good recipes, so I have them stored in this. So I might want to open up my Cook's Books. So I can go in here, I click on that icon, I drag it over. See how it highlights in there? I just let go in the content area, and it writes the script for me. And then I can go in and say, open a Cook's Books. And that's my command name. So anytime I say open a Cook's Books, that's what it'll open. That works with any file, any folder, any application on your hard drive. Yes, it does copy the path name. So if you move a file from one place to the other, it won't find it anymore. But if you've got some kind of file buried 17 levels deep on your hard drive, you can just drag it into that area, create a command for it, say open financial report, whatever it might be. Okay, this also brings up the other two fields. Command name can be anything. So, you know, if you get your hands on somebody else's iListen profile, you can change all their command names and really screw them up. Okay, make sure you make a backup of the file first, though. You want to put it back the way they want it. And then the command description, that's, for something like this, obviously the command tells us what it's going to do. But imagine if you've got a whole lot of different commands in one window that you maybe are doing a procedure in Photoshop or something like that. You might want to put a description for what it does in more detail. So we provide a window for that as well. Okay? So those are global commands. I'm going to show you one other kind of global command in a little bit, but let's go over to application specific right now. And if you remember, in the first part of the demo, I did my little store demo, and I used TextEdit. The TextEdit command set is included with the program. It's got, I think, about 90 different commands in it. But you'll remember I said align text right, and the text aligned right. Well, also remember that I said iListen doesn't know anything about the programs that are being used. It just knows how to type. That's why you can't just say align text right in any application and have it work, because the menus are going to be different. The keyboard commands are going to be different. There's not a whole lot, if you think about it, there's not a whole lot of standardization in those commands. I mean, obviously cut, copy, paste, quit, print, open, save. Those are all standardized. When you get beyond that core list, developers can do whatever they want, and they need to. They need to have freedom to do the things they need to do in their program, because sometimes it makes sense to have a font menu, sometimes it doesn't. So here you can see the syntax for choosing a menu. Choose menu item, align right. of menu text, of menu format. Yeah, it's AppleScript, but it ain't hard, folks. You don't have to really know anything about AppleScript to get it right. If you look in here, it's choose menu item, align right, of menu text, of menu format. That's it. In the last 15 seconds, you just learned how to write a script for any application to automate any menu. All right, and if you don't remember it, you can open up open up iListen and see all the commands, because they're all open source, they're all there for you to look at. All right? Now, for keyboard shortcuts, it's harder to understand, but it's actually easier to do. Remember I said make selection bold. All right, well, let's look at this. Type key 11, modifiers 256 resulting in B. Now, I bet you anybody here can figure out that type key B means to type the key B. Right? That's the part in the middle that's confusing. Well, that's Mac OS X speak. It's a virtual key code. Every key on the keyboard has a number, and it's not an ASCII number. It's a virtual key code assigned by Apple. So the key for B is 11, and the key for the command key is 256. The good news is you don't have to remember any of that at all. Okay? If I erase this, I don't have to know what it is. I click this button called Type Key Helper. I click that, and now I hit the combination, Command B. And there's the setup. I hit Done, and just like when we drag over our file, it writes the script for me. So I don't have to know anything about it, and now you can stack multiple commands. So now if you're in Photoshop and you want to do a batch thing, you can actually have all these things, a combination of menu commands and tool selections and keyboard shortcuts and all sorts of things, all mixed into one script to accomplish your task. Okay, so this is what I do in my spare time, is I write script packs, I write command sets for iListen that we sell on our website. Okay, so I said there was one other global. So now in the last minute, I've really showed you how to do menus, I've showed you how to do keyboard shortcuts. You now have the education to be able to go in and customize iListen for any application you own. We do sell script packs for these because a lot of people don't want to do that, and they're all shareware priced. For instance, the Word script pack has over 400 commands. Almost anything you can possibly think of doing, and a lot of things you can't think of doing, are in that script pack for you at your beck and call. 39 bucks. You know, it's just not that expensive to add that. If your time is worth more than that, you buy the script pack. If you have a lot of time on your hands, you don't want that many commands anyway, do them yourself. It's your choice. We don't push you either way.